Happy Monday to you. Excuse me, this is Mark from MLB DFS Weather.com. Today I will be tweeting out of Daily Fantasy Cafe, DF Cafe, and be found on their website, dailyfantasycafe.com. Excuse me for my hoarse throat. Unlike the past few days, we will have a couple delay concerns across the country today, and those two areas are going to be in Detroit, which is about right there, and Cleveland, which is about right there, as this cold front comes. I wouldn't say crashing because it's pretty weak, but passes through the area. First, it's going to go through Chicago this morning and earlier this afternoon, but should be well away from that area by game time. They play it regularly at 8 o'clock. So let's concentrate in Detroit and Cleveland. You can see on my report in Daily Fantasy Cafe, I have a delay threat of 20% in Cleveland, 15% in Detroit. So we're not talking postponement threat, not certainly a guarantee that there's a delay or anything like that, because looking at the models, I was looking at Chicago there. We'll head over to the Cleveland area. They're not really impressive, and part of the reason why they're not impressive in terms of showers and thunderstorms is that the atmosphere just isn't that humid out ahead of it. This is 6 o'clock. You can see how sparse the activity is. Jump down to 5, my fault. Here's Detroit. Here's the Cleveland. And by 8 o'clock, that's what the simulated radar should look like. A widely scattered line of showers and thunderstorms. Already passed through Detroit, about to pass through Cleveland here. You can see that we should not have any issues in terms of postponement. Possibility of delay looks higher in Cleveland than it does in Detroit, but even there, I wouldn't put the chances at that high. The other ball game or baseball game to note is LA. One of the worst heat waves in history continues to affect the Southern California region. High temperatures today will be in the low 100s inland, where Dodger Stadium is. Excuse me again. So temperatures this evening will be around 90 degrees for first pitch, or in the low 90s, and will fall into the low to mid 80s as Clayton Kershaw hosts Steven Strasburg and the rest of the Nationals. So A, quite the pitching matchup, but B, quite the unusual weather pattern that's set up across LA. Also, we usually have a pretty decent west wind coming off the Pacific, blowing out to right at Dodger Stadium. Because of the heat and the different weather pattern, the wind is light and variable, and that's allowing some of the warmth from inland to kind of drain towards the coast and into the city, and causing the high temperatures. So that's something to keep in mind as well, that it's kind of a balancing act. So the air density will be a lot lower, meaning balls should be able to travel further because of how warm it is. But on the other hand, you don't have the wind blowing out to right like it so often does this time of year, or any time of year. Going back over to Daily Fantasy Cafe, we have several other ballparks that have good hitting conditions. The ones that stand out to me the most are Philly, Boston, Cleveland, and Texas, though there's others that are good but just didn't quite make the grade, so to speak. For example, Comerica. At Detroit's good hitting conditions, Wrigley is always a good hitting park, and Dodger Stadium, because of the warmth, is a good hitting park for today and this evening. The only park that stands out really as a great pitching park today would be Marlins Park, where the roof will be closed. And speaking of roofs being closed, the roof will also be closed as the Angels visit the Astros. There's some showers and thunderstorms around there. That pretty much sums up today. I will continue to update the Detroit-Cleveland situations in terms of delays, if there needs to be one, or in terms of delays.